right now. Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We've got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call, powered by FanDuel Sportsbook.
All right, thanks a lot, Kim, and thank you for tuning into the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. I'm Rich Walsh. I'll be joined by Andrew Fillipponi in just a matter of moments, and we're taking your phone calls tonight on the Bordas and Bordas hotline at 412-575-2600. We got a lot of things to talk about. We'll deal with the Steelers here and T.J. Watt and what Ben Roethlisberger had to say. You heard that in the 10 o'clock news, the sportscast right there, Pony. But Mark Whipple leaving for the same job. This happened a few years ago at Matt Canada. Do you see anything wrong with this? Why did he decide to leave? I know it's maybe for family reasons, but I mean, I think the biggest reason, he's probably going to double his salary in Nebraska.
Well, this is a very, I'm a little bit thrown off by this, Richie, because you have such good Pitt connections, such good Pitt sources. You're one of the biggest alumni in town. You wear your Pitt colors loudly and proudly. I heard even that you cried a little bit after the ACC championship game. Is that true?
Just a little. Just a little. I loved it.
Is that true?
Yep. Yeah.
I heard that through the grapevine. Well, I had heard rumors for about a month that Mark Whipple was not going to be back in 2022, and the thing that I kept getting was, family reasons. Now, I'm not going to go into what those things are, because from what I was told, pretty personal stuff. Not going to, announce that. I was told pretty much to keep that part of it private and leave that out. So I was working under that. In fact, I had been told about a week or about 2 weeks ago that the ACC championship game was going to be his last game. But I thought it was to retire for some family reasons. The Nebraska thing completely threw me for a loop today. It does seem like a guy at 64 years old wants another big paycheck, is leaving for greener pastures. I see Pittsburgh Sports Now is reporting that, this was totally a personality conflict with Pat Narduzzi, which I don't have that confirmed, Richie. If that's true, I don't think that really reflects the best on Narduzzi. They've had this great year. This offensive coordinator helped you develop Kenny Pickett into a Heisman Trophy finalist, and you're telling me he doesn't want to work with you anymore? Now, I don't have that confirmed. I don't know if you do, but if that's the biggest reason Whipple doesn't want to work for Narduzzi anymore, well, then that's not a good thing, in my opinion, for the future of the program.
I don't have that confirmed, but I did have confirmed that other coaches didn't see eye to eye with Narduzzi on certain things, and that's why they're not within the program anymore.
Are they still here?
They're not here anymore.
Are they leaving?
No, they've already left.
Okay.
So they've already left, those guys.
Okay.
So, but okay. I don't know much about Whipple and Narduzzi's relationship this year, just because COVID has kind of distanced us from being around the team as much as we were in the past. But it strikes me as a similar situation to Canada, as to other coaches who have left for similar jobs. I mean, Canada's the one. I mean, it's just a direct comparison for me. Just going to a bigger program, maybe a program that is more basically more historical or history, legendary, or whatever you want to call it. And maybe a chance.
How long was Matt Canada at LSU?
1 year.
How long was he there for? 1 year. And so Mark Whipple is going to go to Nebraska, where last I checked, I think they won 3 games this year. They didn't make a bowl game. And I think if Scott Frost doesn't win big next year, he's going to get fired. So he's going to walk into a situation where, he might be an offensive coordinator at Nebraska for only 1 season because his head coach could lose his job.
Hey, Pony, but you said something very interesting right there. 1 more year, maybe this is a guy that knows that and potentially could take over for Scott Frost.
No way.
You don't think?
No way. Nebraska's not hiring. If they fail, it's going to be in part because the offense doesn't do well. They're not going to give the Nebraska program over to a 65-year-old guy who failed as a head coach at UMass. Whipple has proven to be a pretty good assistant coach. He was with the Steelers. He was at Pitt. He's not head coach material. We know that. He's too old at this point to get back into that, especially at a big-time school in terms of pedigree. Nebraska's been a joke lately. So when you said, he's kind of leaving for a bigger program, historically, I guess he is, but not lately. Pitt's been much better than Nebraska. The thing that's going to be bigger there is the payday. And I'm saying it might only be for 1 year because you don't know. There's no guarantee that that coaching staff is going to be in place beyond this season.
Do you know who the quarterback is next year for Nebraska? Who is it going to be?
Martinez is in the transfer portal.
Do they have?
So they don't know.
Yeah. Do they have a big-time recruit coming in?
I don't
think so. Can he bring a big-time recruit? Because what's interesting is then if all this is, it just sounds like there's so much information out there. So he was at the game. He goes on a recruiting trip, right? In between interviewing and accepting the job at Nebraska.
Well, wasn't he in front of a kid's Christmas tree?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Didn't I see that picture floating out there? That was a very nice tree.
Yeah, that was on Monday. And Sunday,
tree.
He's interviewing with Scott Frost in Arizona.
Yeah, I don't get it, man. Now, look, we always have to preface everything with this is the business. I mean, look at the way these coaching moves have been made at the head coach level. I mean, look at what happened at Miami, where they basically gave Cristobal a deadline and said, are you going to be our coach or not? And if he said no, they would have brought Diaz back. If he accepted, they did fire him. So, I mean, it is a cesspool. It is a rat race. A lot of these guys know that going in. I think if fans looked at it that way, it'd be a little bit easier to stomach that so many of these guys are cut from the same cloth. I'm just saying that my understanding of things in the last month, either people were misled or, it's just in a very short amount of time, it shifted from Mark Whipple's kind of riding off into the sunset to prioritize different things in life, and now he's taking a job at another school. Very odd.
One of the things that I did hear, and I don't really have it confirmed, but I heard it from someone that has ties to the program, that potentially that Mark Whipple has decided not to coach the Peach Bowl is because Kenny Pickett might not play.
Now, Pickett has said he's going to play. So this is a tease or a program alert for everybody. Kenny Pickett's going to be on my show tomorrow with Mueller at 2:30.
Well, that's great.
So we got a lot to talk to Kenny about, and we're going to ask him about the Whipple thing. We have to. I'm going to be very respectful about it with him, but it will come up. Just this whole situation with Pitt and the offensive coordinator change on such short notice.
Yeah, I'm going to get into more of this. Kenny Pickett, should he or shouldn't he play? I mean, I understand that he wants to play, and he said he wants to play, but what if an agent gets in his ear, right? He has a $50 million lottery ticket potentially in his pocket. I wouldn't want to risk that. You play the
lottery, Richie?
I play the lottery every once in a while, not a lot, when it's big.
I like the scratch-off tickets. I see the commercials with the guy with the little
the groundhog
in there.
Yeah. All right, I want to get your opinion on this, but we got to take a break. Back here, 412-575-2600 is the number. Back in a couple minutes.